Good morning and welcome back to River Mountain Homestead. We have got the smoker rolling back here today. I've got a pork butt and a couple of chickens on. It has been a crazy week this week. I've been finishing up some small items with the rabbits. We're going to pick those guys up on Saturday. We've got plans for Sunday to make the trip. It's nearly a 12-hour round trip to go pick up the puppies. So that'll be an all-day ordeal for Sunday. Baby chicks should be hatching starting tomorrow night, give or take, depending upon when they decide to arrive. If any arrive at all, we shall see. But preparing. My life slows down quite a bit if I take you guys along, so I've been kind of leaving you out just so I can get some things done. It seems like my chores double in time if I bring you along, so I've really been trying to knock some stuff out. I've worked on the garden some. I've got a few more rows down. I'm going to finish that today. I've got the last probably 3 or 4 rows of beans to get in, and I've got all the bush beans planted. Now I've got all my pole beans to go. And other than that, I don't know. A few little knickknacks here and there today, playing catch up. We got rain coming in again, and that's something else I've been dealing with. It's been raining. Well, yesterday it rained till about 10, 11 o'clock yesterday morning. So I had to take advantage and run to town and run errands and all that stuff. But rain's coming back in tonight. It's supposed to rain all day tomorrow. We've got quite a few things on our list for Saturday to go along with the rabbits. So after today, it'll probably be next week before you see me again, and then we will be overwhelmed with new critters next week. But I think I'm going to start on the garden over here and till up that last little section. I've only kind of been tilling as I go because it's been raining every night. So everything's getting watered in nice. Everything that we did plant the other day is looking good so far. So fingers crossed, no more freezes. I'm a few more days from the date. I do have one night in my forecast showing 39, but I think we're going to be okay with that as long as the weatherman has not missed it by 7 or 8 degrees. But let's get started on the garden. Now then, I've got all the rows laid out. Now just got to get something in them. Something I've been doing that I didn't even tell you about are these sunflowers, and I've been putting them on the ends of nearly every row, and should be pretty interesting come garden time to see how all that looks together. Man, shouldn't be sweating like this when it's 60 degrees, but it's hot. I don't like it. I've got corn and 3 more pole beans to get in the ground. I'm going to throw this corn in the ground up here on the top side. Mama said she didn't want it closer to the house because it would block the view of everything else. Totally understand, so it'll be up here on this top side. I had to leave one gap here on this last row where that, well, it's just all rock, and I took chunks and chunks and chunks of rock out. I'll slowly get it filled in over the years and utilize it. I'll figure out where this corn's gonna go, and then I'm gonna go drag up some T-post, and hopefully I can find space between the rocks to drive the T-post so that I can build some trellises for these pole beans to stand up on. I've got, I don't know if you remember on my flea market video several months ago, I bought those rolls of 550 cord, that bright yellow 550 cord. It's going to be perfect for building these trellises right here. I've already got it. I don't have to buy anything. It'll be good solid rope. As long as I can get some T-post in the ground to tie it to, we'll be all right. corn and sunflowers are in. Now I gotta go round up some T-post and a T-post driver and figure out my layout for those. Well, I thought I had more T-post here than that, but I have two. I think I used most of them putting those grapevines up over there. But I've got more grapevines that need to go on the ground too. I've got a great big pile of T-post down at the cabin. I've got a planned trip down there for Saturday, so I'll wait till then and grab them, because I've got to get that 550 cord from down there also. But for now I got two, and I'll stick these in the ground and I'll get my beans in the ground, and I've got to come back fairly quickly and get these trellises built. And there it is, minus a little bit of trellis work that's got to be done. Knock that out next week, shouldn't be any big deal. Oh, I had a few leftover bean seeds, so I stuck them evenly throughout my corn rows, and they'll just climb up the corn stalks, hopefully in unison. I've done that once before, years and years ago, and my beans grew a whole lot faster than my corn did. It'll work out. It is what it is, right? I don't know what I've got on the agenda for the rest of the day, but I bet I can probably come up with something. I need to go over here and show you the rest of the rabbit cages and how we finish those out and how they're ready to go. Let's do that. We'll sneak over and take a peek at those. Now then, we've got all three of the new heavier duty cages up top. The three on the bottom were the first three that were built. We'll be using those as our grow out cages. These folks enjoy the shade from the Yep, y'all hanging out taking a nap. We used the 1 inch by 1 inch squares for the walls, and then for the top and the bottom it's 1/2 inch by 1. Ended up doing a spring closure here with a screw, something simple to get in and out. Every one of them's got an 18 inch by 18 inch ceramic tile in here, and I've got it underneath their feed. That way any extra hay and stuff like that that does fall right here, they're going to have an opportunity to snatch it up and eat on it. This is going to be nice and cool for them this summer, laying on that tile. They do have the little plastic resting point also that helps them get off the wire if they need it. Whoa! They've all got a scrap 2x4 in here for a toy, for something to chew on. And then I built the little hay mangers from the leftover 1/2 inch by 1 inch material here. And then I'll just be able to fill the hay up right here, and it'll come out just above their feeder. I've got the waters in the back. You can see on the bottom it's tied off to the cage, that way it's forced inside. This watering system will actually hold right at 10 gallons is what I measured it off. It was lacking just a little bit of 2 complete full 5-gallon buckets of filling it up. So should get them by for a little while. But that is now our rabbit setup that is complete. We do have the canvases still up top here. It's going to be a 2-man job to hang those up, so I'm going to have Mama's help. And we're going to hang those, one on the back, one on each side. I've got 1/2 inch PVC filled with sand that we'll use on the bottom to keep them pulled down tight. And then we'll be able to roll those up when we want to be able to get full airflow through here. This summer they're going to be in complete shade, and I think it's just going to work out wonderful for them. And I also narrowed these top cages up a little bit, and you can see this gap right here. And I'm going to put that male buck on the end here, and if he gets to spraying too bad, I've got plenty of room that I can build something in between him to deflect everything so that he's not being able to spray his neighbors. So that will be an extra benefit down the road. Of course, everything's going to hit that metal and go out the back. It won't go on the folks down below. But I think that's about all I've got for today. We can stop over here and check on the smoker and see how this food's looking. There are 2 whole chickens in here, as well as I think it was about a 7-pound pork butt, and it's hiding over here in the pan. All this will get shredded up for sandwiches, and we'll actually eat on this right here for the next 3 or 4 or 5 days, and then a bunch of it will get put in the freezer, sealed away, and we'll munch on it as we want to that way. I've just learned that if you're going to fire the smoker up and run it for an all day long cycle, you might as well put some extra stuff in there, because we've got a food saver and we can always toss it into the freezer, and I can put it in a freezer bag enough that it feeds just the 2 of us, and I can take 1 bag out. And my favorite way to warm up shredded pork, shredded chicken, anything like that, is to put it in a saucepan with a cup of chicken broth and warm it up that way. Oh my Lord. Toast up some buns. I'm ready for dinner. But thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. It's going to be a few days before you see me again, but I will be overwhelmed with puppies, chickens, and rabbits. Hopefully, if all works out this weekend. So we will catch you guys on the next one.